I like to dedicate this to all of the Creator's righteous children. I have some food in my bag for you. Not that edible food, that food you eat. No, I have some food for thought. Since knowledge is infinite, it has infinitely fell on me.
So, Fall Out Boy. And Fall Out Boy I fell in love with in 2005 when their single Sugar We're Going Down came on the radio. Now, for me, Fall Out Boy was that band. It was the band that was mine, my personal band, the music that I listened to that nobody else was really into, and the music that I could really call my own. I followed the band through their whole career, basically until American Beauty, American Psycho, and today we're going to be talking about Infinity on High, one of my personal favorite albums by them, and what I consider to be one of their bests. So Infinity on High came out in 2007, and it is celebrating its 10th anniversary this year, and specifically this month and this week. And I fell in love with this album instantly. It was different than From Under the Cork Tree. And From Under the Cork Tree was the first album that I heard from them, but at the time I was only listening to singles. So at the time I'd only really heard the radio singles and the singles that came out in the videos, music videos. And so I didn't really know a lot of the songs from that album, From Under the Cork Tree. Years later, of course, I went back and listened to those songs that I hadn't listened to before and found that I loved a majority of that album because that album is amazing. But we're talking about Infinity on High. And Infinity on High is an incredible album, and that was around the time where I started listening to more than just the singles on the albums. Now, not much more than just the singles, because it would take me many years later to actually listen to more of the like B-sides and as well as the underrated tracks from the album. Because at the time I was listening to This Ain't a Scene, It's an Arms Race, Thanks for the Memories, The Lawyer, and Take Over, The Break's Over, and that was pretty much what I listened to on that album. And it wasn't until years later that I started actually listening to the album as a whole and found other songs that I loved a lot. Now, at the time, my favorite song from that album was Carpal Tunnel of Love, and I think that's one of my favorite Fall Out Boy songs of all time, because Carpal Tunnel of Love is one of their most unique songs. Besides the songs that they put out on Fully Ado, was one of their most unique songs on Infinity on High. It was a more progressive song. It was more of an aggressive song, and it had Pete Wentz screaming, which I miss Pete Wentz screaming. R.I.P. Pete Wentz screaming. It showcased a lot of the instrumentation from Joe and Andy on drums, and of course had Patrick Stump's beautiful voice on it, and it was just an incredible song, and it's one of my favorites to this day, and I think it's a really standout track from that album. And you should check out Carpal Tunnel of Love and the music video. The music video is so cute. It's basically a cartoon, and it's about these two little bears, and they're trying, and this one bear likes this other bear, and they're trying to go on a date, and they're falling in love with each other, but as the music video keeps progressing, they keep getting into more and more accidents together and injuring each other to the point where at the end of the video they ended up dying and being smushed together, like their organs and stuff. It's really like it's cute and like twisted and like weird and totally Fall Out Boy in 2007. It's really great. You'll love the music video if you haven't watched it yet. But Infinity on High has some incredible songs on it, from, like I said before, The Lawyer, which is one of their more slowed down tracks, and it was around the time that they were working with I think it was Amnesty International or another organization that they were working with, where they were doing a lot of giving a lot of money to poor communities in Africa and different communities out there. And that was what inspired the music video for that song, as well as the vibe of that song. It's very like slower, and like it has a really great meaning to it, and it's really, really good. Another song that's really amazing is Thriller, with the beginning intro. Has a intro from Jay-Z, which we all know I don't like Jay-Z, but I don't like him as a person, but I do respect his lyricism and his contribution to music, so I can understand why Fall Out Boy picked him to be in their song. And I think it's really incredible that they got him on the song and got him to say that beginning verse. And that song in particular is really, really special to me. I just really love that song, the instrumentation, the lyrics behind it, because we all know that Pete Wentz for Under the Cork Tree and Infinity on High, and I think Falling Adieu as well, did a lot of the lyrics of those albums and was big into the lyric department, and it was just really incredible. And then you have Hum Hallelujah, which is even more special to me because at the time of Infinity on High coming out, and when I first found out about Fall Out Boy in general, I kind of fell in love with Pete Wentz because I was like, he's really, really cute. And this was during Pete Wentz's emo phase. So he was wearing the black eyeliner, he had straightened his hair, it was cray-cray, but it was, I just loved Pete Wentz. Like, I just have a thing for him, right? And so at the time, I was just really big into Pete Wentz, and so when I found out what Hum Hallelujah was actually about, it made me cry on levels. Because Pete Wentz does a lot of the lyrics for the songs, a lot of them are autobiographical, and so this song was very autobiographical, and it's about the time where Pete Wentz was going through depression and anxiety and bipolar disorder. And so he was in his car one day, and he had drove to I think it was a Walmart parking lot, and he had taken all these prescription drugs and tried to kill himself. And that is basically what the song is about. And it's really chilling and haunting and beautiful, and you really need to check it out. It's a more aggressive song, but the lyrics are incredible, and it's just a moving song. And yeah, like I said, This Isn't Seen It's an Arms Race was the first song I ever heard from this album, and I really did like it. I thought it was incredible. I will admit that, 10 years later, the song isn't really all that amazing, but I mean, it's great. It's not terrible by any means, and I listen to it all the time, but it was one of their singles, so it is kind of overplayed. Same with Thanks for the Memories, which is more overplayed, but like I still love it. Yeah, overall, Infinity on High is an incredible album. I definitely recommend checking it out. If you're a fan of Fall Out Boy, if you're a newer fan of Fall Out Boy and haven't listened to any of their older stuff, you really need to go check out this album. And happy 10th anniversary, Infinity on High. Here's for another 10 years. And yeah, Fall Out Boy, you rock. Yeah, rock on.